Hello everybody, and welcome to another stream. We're playing Wright Ace Attorney. As we always do Wednesday. Last time we did an entire trial all in one run. That was actually kind of painful. But it was the trial for the false Phoenix Wright and the cafe for Trials and Tribulations, and now we are going for kind of out of beginnings. I know Edgeworth's in this, that's all that matters. It seems we're starting out at the trial. This is interesting. The girl, let her go. Shut up. Come closer, and I'll kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Huh. Reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Kidnapping, murder, sentenced death penalty. Okay. She has a lot of scars on his face. After escaping, Follis met with and then murdered Sergeant Valley Hawthorne. He captured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before me and I ever met. Six years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. We're getting needed trials this game. That's interesting. This is the second one already. 2 out of 5. Maybe even 3. I feel like I'm gonna die. I never should have accepted this case. Good morning. So jumpy Mia. I did do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. Kelly Paulus, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago. Now, prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Follis, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry. It was a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear, I didn't kill her. I'd never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when he crashed. About 8 hours later, this woman was murdered before the police could recapture him. Police believe that Charlie Paul stood up. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. That much is true. He did meet with the victim. I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. You're not going to figure out the truth just by staring at the guy. Why are you here? To see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. Thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? Solomon, probably still in bed. Maybe he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Is that good enough? After all, it's me. Diego Armando. Didn't say. So Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Gottsburg Law Offices, is here for me? No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine. An escaped death row convict for her first client. Yeah, thanks. She wish I can get out of it, though. Relax. Let's share some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. But really? However, like somebody won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's not a hidden, kitten. Stop being a Discord mod, bro. Please stop. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's time. It's go time. Solitary confinement cell for the condemned to the world's loneliest place. Probably. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him. But not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes, I heard that simple, childlike voice. I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Follis. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers of both sides are newcomers? Yes, Your Honor. I'm EFA. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? Say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. Guess your little kitten hasn't earned herself much reputation yet, huh? Gotta to my coffee king. Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Some people are running a trial. Not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently on a fellow on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. The defendant is now on trial for escape from prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls is responsible for her death. You got it, kitten. Please stop calling her kitten, bro. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Follis, was sentenced to death in this very court. He's tried for kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. Truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no defective evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. In the end, what finally decided the case was certain witnesses' testimony. Oh, he's like a younger face. Witnesses' testimony. The testimony of Detective Dahlia Hawthorne, the detective who confronted this criminal. She restored Mr. Fallis to the scene and later testified against him. She showed the witness Mr. Fallis fell his young victim to the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in there are never recovered. Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him in the line. Who's whom you just mentioned? That wouldn't be exactly the victim. The same woman who was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Dahlia Hawthorne. Aha, I see. The man who was sentenced to death was based on her testimony just 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind: to take revenge against the woman who committed them. Aha, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. But obviously the defendant is guilty. But wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure if I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who's in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Is it Gumshoe? Oh my fucking god, it's Gumshoe. Witness, state your name in the application. Gumshoe. Hey, Gumshoe. I'm in charge of the detective. I'm the homicide detective in charge of this case, sir. I got promoted to detective division half a year ago. How believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? Arrogant Miles at first sighting? Yeah, I was so interested to see him younger. Oh, like that. You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? It took me a second to notice how young he was. Gumshoe didn't change. No, seriously, my heart's aching. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up in contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir. Right away. The victim was Sergeant Haveli Hawthorne, a veteran of the police force. He was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. Which is already stated in the autopsy report. Court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir. I got you. Okay, let's take a look at this area map of the area here. Miles Edgeworth under the tutelage of Von Karma, that is. Yeah. Back when he was still forging evidence and stuff. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old television bridge. The pilot runs the river under there is the Evil River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. Just stabbing her in the back, Taylor carried the victim back to his car. Damn. He's recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. See. Alright. The victim's found on the bridge. Well, he never forged evidence, he has hidden evidence testimony. Yeah, it was it was the Von Karma daughter that was forging evidence, that's fair. But he did hide evidence a lot. You know, the autopsy report got updated multiple times mid-court. All that kind of stuff was crazy. The victim, Sergeant Haveli Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Fortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, under that isolated despised conjecture. There was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. There, that smug-ass face. If you listen to something we prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I was some horse. That's a few of your testimony. Yes, sir. Wait on me, hang on. Okay, now. Listen carefully, kitten. Stop calling her kitten, Bryce. Oh no, the mistake, and this guy will drink you for the morning tea. Trust me and get ready. So are you a tea guy now? Because you were a coffee guy as Gata. I wonder who this handsome man's supposed to be. Not gonna lie, he's kind of better without the mask. And I love masks, but he kind of looks better with the mask. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked me. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the Dusky Bridge at this time to meet Mr. Follis. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk, trying to get a getaway. Mr. Follis arrested at the police checkpoint. We set up at that place alone. You know, it's easy to get into the voice I want for Gumshoe when he does POW. That's a good POW. Certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Damn! Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey. Slow down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. Oh, no, he stole a coffee, dude. God damn it. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. Quorum can be a cold battle from it, alright. Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, witness, everyone's a beginner in here. You got me there. Maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you got. Kitten. Please stop calling her kitten, Brian. Please. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Remember those court procedure videos you stayed up while last night? You're a freak. I wish I could replay the Ace Attorney again, but I played the series like 6 times over, and whenever I pick it up, I get burnt out. Like, Test Positionist Insanity. That's valid. these are all my first playthroughs, and I do plan on playing like this after I finish this third game. I'm gonna do the uh Miles Edgeworth games because I looked at the timeline and those are next, and then I'm gonna do the Apollo Justice, and then I have the Great Ace Detective. I think that's what it's called. I have all 10 of the games. All right. Well, as usual, let's go ahead and save. This unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Hall. What? The defendant called her. Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Miss Wallace. No. Yeah, I left you the memo that she left on her desk. Okay, so obvious we're gonna need to press everything to get the information we need. According to this note, it seems the one who called her was the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Foley. His bright idea was to keep that bright note from me. His bright idea was to keep that note from me. Looks like the judge is more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. Yeah, the Great Ace Attorney games, Healing Trilogy, Miles Edgeworth Investigation, Apollo Justice is the Order Chronically. Some of the Miles Edgeworth games happened before the end of Phoenix Trilogy was inconsequential. Fair. I was gonna play the Great Ace Attorney last, just because I think that's the newest in the series. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I was gonna go through the chronological order. The detective's fault. He's only said unknown person. I know, don't make that face at me. Just so that way because the prosecutor told me to. Chronicle happens in 1899. I did see something about that because I know that these games are set in like the 2000s/1990s. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Yeah, he's a sneaky one, alright. Bridge up in the mountains. But why meet there? Because it is a very important place to the defendant. That's why. What do you mean by that? You remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was stationed to a bridge, and it was there that he was killed as hostage. And the place that where this has occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne had arrested and handcuffed his followers. Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really involved. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. I picked up at 7:03 when they added an autoplay feature. November 19th, but I got burnt out between Turnabout Sisters. Only 2 cases. That's unfortunate, actually. It was great. We even got to say, don't move. We got you surrounded. This guy. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? Locations of suspension braid up in the mountains. So how do they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? 6 years to add autoplay. Yeah. Huh. If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Miss Wallace, but she let them know on her desk about it. Only I had noticed it earlier. Maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Mr. Wallace had a car then. Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim were both up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What, you mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He had stolen from a young couple that were waiting at a red light. Car thieves. How do I feel about this car thieves? Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is the photo of the stolen car's trunk. Yeah, she's in the trunk, alright. Naturally, that's the body of Ellie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable, motherfucker. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. What do you mean by that? We're talking about a woman here. It was a jump scare to hear the teenage voice change that this current voice actor? Because the old actors. Oh, that's why there was a change. Because while streaming it, like the next time I played it after the update, the voice changed completely. It was like, spooked me. So he was a creep. I should look into that, honestly. Can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back, nice and firm. The mission of the body was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Here's a photo of the trunk. I don't see anything strange, do you? I mean, the button looks broken. What does the defendant have to say about this photo? What it always says, ma'am. Salmonella voice actor, is all I'll say. Salmonella. These games are so fucking funny. I didn't do nothing. You know, speaking of actually, Terry Fallis. That doesn't sound like a pun. Like Hawthorne, Diego Armando. That's all I said. Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. That's what he always says, Your Honor. Richard Gumshoe. Dick. What he always says, Your Honor. Richard being short. Dick being short for Richard is always so, like, interesting to me. What he says, Your Honor. Then he always says, sorry. Said a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, seems like he was caught and arrested. Precisely. He's arrested to accuse him of Space Mountain. It certainly is something impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. Set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. Figured that Mr. Falls may just want to try to run. What do you mean it was just too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. And it takes probably 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later, Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. It's not kidding. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Come on, huh? No, it's not. Well, if you want to have any chance at all, better get some more information. If you're going to get caught in a trap, let's get caught early. Always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever famous contradictions. Nope, can find some of those. Okay, so now that I have everything, let's get to looking. This is the one that got added in. Dived from below between 4 and 5. They met at 4:30. Confidential recall us that bridge wear a white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Wait, hold on. Where is that scarf? Witness? What is it? He's going to say Miss Faye. I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever heard I address someone like that. Right. Sure, practice for coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, looking, want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. What does that mean? Oh, I'm not on here. Come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective. Yeah. Oh, thanks for the follow. Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well done. I suggest you take a look at the note written by the victim. The note? It really clearly says, wear a white scarf for identification. Well, I must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, the special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I came to find out in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. The caller told her to wear to identify herself, so I expect she just did that. I expect she did just that. Mr. Edgeworth, what did you say about this? Here we go. Here we go. I see the defense is a little lacking. Smug ass face, dude. The scarf you are searching for desperately for. Is it this one? That's not white. Is it this one, perchance? Where did you find this, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. Not exactly white, as the caller requested. As you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Let's get spent some time in the mud. Not surprising. It was drizzling on that mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. That was a trap indeed. The court will accept this scarf into evidence. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Fair? Well, would I like to wrap this scarf around his snarmy little neck? Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Fawless did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. With pride mystery, and would hear all about it. Everything is moving on his whim. Don't forget, kid. Stop calling her that. Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Please, you're pissing me off. Actually, there's an eyewitness there. There was an eyewitness who took there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. Shows Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling the day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and shoved her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Was it Dahlia again? Because Dahlia is... Wait a goddamn second. Dahlia. Isn't Dahlia's last name Dahlia Hawthorne? Ain't no way. Ooh, ain't no way. Potential witness. Why is this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, there's no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So as you can see, Charlie Fawless had both the motive and opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. Clearly guilty. Motherfucker. Not again, that's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. You mean, This guy needs to blow up. He's even worse than the actual judge. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. Female college student. That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. Shut up. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. Your voice stayed the same. For the time being, we're not relying on the eyewitness statements. That is all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't need to rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. Female college student, eh? I think she's a female. Shut up. If you actually must hear her testimony, you have to give us a good reason why. Nah. Please tell us what more decisive evidence in the question. The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, right? So, about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? He was taking photos of wild flowers for it. There are many unusual types of flora on the mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits, you say? It's a spirit. I thought you mentioned it. This photo. Cloudy fog-like thing. Is it a ghost? I don't believe it. I think it's just called fog, sir. No, Your Honor. No. I don't think it's a ghost. Why are the judges airheads? It takes years to become a judge. Why are they so bad at their job? Whistling, huh? That's right. There was a light coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case. The point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. Really something. How are you alive? Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back, and she fell down and ran in her stomach. Remember that happening once myself. Really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or are you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean you pushed someone down like that once? With mind-boggling tales in the way you said brutal, I want to be Canadian. Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch me when you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? Yeah, that doesn't make sense, actually. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what you said, it sounded like she was pretty violent fight. The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too. She'd explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about a surprise. I didn't know you had this photo. So what do I do? You really still believe him? Mr. Crabbaby, I mean? Of course I do. The little kid losing fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. Which do you believe is the truth? Then what it means is that somewhere, hidden in that testimony, is a contradiction. One huge contradiction wants to be waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. So... this one seems a bit off. Because... how did you get pushed in the back? Yeah, no, what do you mean, no? Oh, push her from... well, how do you push her from behind? There's no way you could do that. Shove the victim down from behind. But that doesn't make sense. Or is she the one? No, they're facing each other. It doesn't make sense in there. Let me review this again. Eyewitness is Dahlia Hawthorne. Examine her. Not relying on her. Scarf. This photo. Mountains. Photo. Spirits. Drizzling. Light rain. Play jury. Point of the area is damp. Slipped and fell on the bridge or like something. That's funny as well. What it is. Push the victim hard in the back and shove in the stomach. Ooh! I realize what it is. Shouldn't she be damp in this photo? At the time of the crime, there's a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with that soggy atmosphere. This is the photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions of the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. Actually, the answer is right around here. Am I wrong? So it's not the fact that she's wet? Ooh, is it the fact that there's no fog on the windows? Dahlia, I'm really good. Spoke to you, what the heck? There's no rain on the car. Because there's no in the ground. I guess I'm gonna have to take this loss and just go for it. What are you looking for? So, they mentioned it was like rainy and foggy and everything, right? So my first thought is, if she was pushed on her front, shouldn't her jacket be, soggy or anything? And that was wrong. So then it's like, okay, if it's not her, maybe it's something to do with the car. I have the correct answer, but I can't. I'm not finding the right thing to make it stick. It's just her coat. But that's the thing. I clicked on her coat, and I got given a wrong answer. I'm like, I'm not sure what's going on here because like maybe I had the right answer the first time, but I clicked on it and the answer's not right. Like I clicked right here and they told me I was wrong. Yeah, they're telling me that it should incorrect. Go a little up. Like right around here. Because they said they fell on her stomach. But oh, the very awkward placement here, I guess. Actually, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? And why the area specifically? That's so weird. So I was right. The game just didn't like me. That's fair enough. As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. Exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were your conditions of the bridge that day? Crazy as six place does to a person. You just know all the spots. It was drizzling and foggy. Dusty bridges was wet. The victim really had fallen on her stomach on top of the bridge. And the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. Sure. That's exactly right. The other day I fell in a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was before. I do admit the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean the top of the bridge itself was muddy. Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street. Your glorious hockey beard, part of the Lethal League, would be wet, not muddy. Fortunately, I've yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was all muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Huh. A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The evidence is the scarf. Huh. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell into the bridge and got this muddy, it means the bridge was obviously covered in mud. Oh, there's that face. No, can't be obvious. Can't be outed by this novice bimbo. What the fuck, Edgeworth? Hey, same to you, buddy. Miss Phaser's version makes the perfect sense to me. I do admit there appears to be a contradiction in between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at the explanation may be in this case. Maybe, shall we? Alright. Like he's giving me a choice here. Huh. You're doing pretty well. For a little kid. Shut up. Sure, Wando. You know what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. Either the victim discovered it in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony stated that she saw the moment of murder. Just relax and think it over. Pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence. It's one of those three. What you said just now. I'm not sure I like that. It wasn't me, Your Honor. That was the coffee aficionado over there that said it. Score's not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Leave it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence in the court. See? Forging evidence. We won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as flimsy as scams it is. Yes. Now, something bugs me here. They said that Edgeworth never lost a case. He didn't lose any cases until he got to Phoenix. Does this mean we lose? The false evidence in this case is photo, body in the trunk testimony. I think it's the photo because my initial reasoning was that how do you get behind her and push her Seeing as there's no bar, it means I'm probably going to be thrown in a loop until I get the correct answer. I think it's the testimony, because I don't think she was pushed. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his early testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed him in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. Are we gonna bring up the fact that they are on a bridge? Him getting behind her doesn't sound very possible. At least not without a bigger fight. True. Not just true, it's the truth. There's a truly decisive witness in this case. I'm certain that boy Windrew over there would have called him in for this place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. This testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, here's what we need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. This slimy dickbag. I love him so much. Very well. Please bring your fourth witness at this time. Please bring forth your witness. Mr. Edwards said, kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? No, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. Prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. Battle begins here. Witness? What is your name and occupation? I fucking knew it. Dahlia Hawthorne. You're related to the woman in this case. We're so silent that I can hear her heart's going pitter-patter. Wait a minute. The first case involved Dahlia. That also involved Mia. That one included Phoenix, though. Is this what they meant by they knew each other, then? Okay. Whoa. Now look at you. How can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut... Oh. What the fuck do you mean by that? I like I want to hurry and hand down a brick just to hand out a bite. Hey, not so fast. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Say, Judge. Yeah, he's kind of talking reckless over there. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, we learn a lot from this man. He's such a gentleman. He sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear? This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway. Nah, she just covered herself with that one. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for the trouble I might cause. No trouble at all. How's that? Can we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa No? No? Melissa Foch? I'm a college student. A freshman. Sup? Hey, Munchalax. She just lie at her. I know your name is Dahlia Hawthorne. Don't lie to me. Your name is Dahlia. You're related to the victim. Don't. Ooh, this angers me. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. Literature department? That does match up what she said earlier. That's her. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo. Is it accurate? Oh, how can you be so mean? What? All she did was... Now see here, what are you doing showing that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time you'll be forced to I don't like the turn of this taken. She's staring at me? You would be... Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. So, yeah, given Edgeworth's record, we should technically lose this case. That's what I was bringing up earlier. If he had a perfect record until Phoenix, theoretically, we should lose this case. So I'm wondering how this is going to turn out. The same goes for Von Karma and also Von Karma. But, that's the thing here or there. I see. So you were... Why do you... That was ominous. Nothing, young lady. Can you please do your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then, I noticed there were two people standing on the submission bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. So I hurried and took the photo. That's just a crucial moment. After that, I called the police. What is crucial about them standing? By the way, where were you standing when this occurred? The map would be of help here. I was sitting right over here. And not over there? I was sitting in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. You took the photo from that location, huh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, so I can make sure to ask me to. Oh, what a cute camera. Just like its owner. Judge? Alright then, Miss Fey, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the McMinnis cry again, you'll be pinned to the wrath of my gravel. Two penalty rounds in a row. First, it was False Phoenix, Don Tigre, and now it's this woman. So we've had 3 so far. The clown, Don Tigre, and her now. They just started fighting. This doesn't seem like fighting to me. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? Yeah? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that? I just thought you might have overheard what they said. I would never eavesdrop. I get more class than that. Sure. Okay, so I didn't get penalized. Okay, fair enough. You did have a look at me during his final testimony, but that was a one-shot if you pressed the wrong statement. Really? I don't remember that. I guess I was just good at that. Started fighting. Noticed there were 2 people standing on the suspension bridge. Using the camera to fire flowers. You guys are right the first time so you never got to experience it? That's fair. Nothing too strange with the 2 of them? I'm a bad girl, I know I am. Looked like they were having a serious conversation up there. I decided to watch them, like kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone? Judge? Everyone's like that. I love watching other people fight, too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Okay, when you say it like that, it makes sense. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. What? Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to catch watching them. Especially dressed when they were... Anyway, watching them very closely. Okay. Why did you take a photo? Well, the 2 of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I was going to be a news reporter. What are you doing in the literature field? Guess that part of me just kind of took over. I was like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I should use my grandson to test my comedy... Okay. Test my comedy routines on. They wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do is use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. You called the police? Yes, because they look like the murderers were trying to escape. We were already moving before the call came in. Thanks to this victim's note, we had already started our operation. It was certainly tough for the criminal, eh? Charlie Phyllis isn't the criminal. Then there must be something that turns in the girl's testimony. Careful, kitten. The girl has the judge wrapped around her finger. You're gonna have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. It's come out something really good, Mia. Okay, am I allowed to... So the penalty was a lie, then. You say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. Yes, that's not how that works. That's not how this works! Oh, I know how you feel. Just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. Just couldn't wait, so I had wore a dying blood scented. So mine grown properly. What? Do you mind if we got back to the facts of this case, Your Honor? Okay, so back to my initial thoughts. You say they were fighting, but they don't look like fighting to me. They don't look like they're fighting to me. Witness? You said they took a photo of the crucial moment. Is this true, man? All I can see in this photo is two people facing each other. You just thought you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented the photo like that? Well, you see... The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Oh. My apologies, young lady. A misfaced assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. You can certainly downplay a situation, can't I? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad That's what is so intriguing to me. Mia should lose this case since Edgeworth was undefeated Phoenix. Yeah, it's... What goes on during this case that makes me lose? I used up all the film, I mean. Ran out of film. Or this photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are witness herself, playing around the wildflowers. Witness herself? Who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer picture built into it. You took photos of yourself? What's wrong with that, Mia? What's wrong with that? I'm taking photos of myself once too. Please, no details. It's a misphased assertion is not so decisive after all. What? Wait just a minute. What do you mean by that? Well, she had no film now. She couldn't very well take no more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about the different sorts of photos. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Oh, Coco. Well then, let's go back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts of the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy really is a sucker for sweet talk. Looks like the other kid in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. Okay. Well... Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. It's only February. Well, we just had this talk before. Oh wait, this is the same one. So... She's not Miss Foster? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is Dahlia Hawthorne. This isn't right. Okay, so the testimony changed. Okay. The victim, why did you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew how better than to turn her back on a criminal. This was a large, powerful man of the night. Being a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Quaggy? Why? Alright, I'm looking that up. What does that mean? Soft, wet, and boggy, like a marsh or a quagmire. That's crazy. Why, you... If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. Oh, hey! They now tell you if an ad break is starting, so that's interesting. There's still something wrong with this testimony. So you're saying Miss Georgia Hartman wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge and it was swaying back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I wish I could have done something to help her. Doesn't this make sense? I wonder about that. This seems kind of off. Doesn't now. You have a good sixth sense. When you feel something is off, you need to figure out why. Shelley Phyllis isn't a criminal. Then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Careful, kid. The girl had the judge wrapped in her right finger. Okay. So... 10 yards, you say, huh? That's the size of the entire bridge. Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? I just... Miss Faye, thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. So there were two contradictions. It's simple. Take a look at the diagram of the area. According to our testimony, the two of them in the middle of the bridge. There's an ad break, so I will hold off real quick. Yeah, that's also true. Because she was on the bridge first, which means there's nowhere where two to run. So running 10 meters is impossible. Like, if they were positioned the other way around, it might have had some merit. But the fact that there is nowhere to run is the problem in itself. Thankfully, other than me kind of getting caught in a weird spot with the code, I haven't really had any problems in this case. Alright, ads are back. Alright, okay. Even if they were, and the victim turned around to try to run, well, then she would have dead. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't even run 5. Does the bridge is collapsed on that side? What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful lady is lying to the court. Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major stake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? Well, because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any blueprints of it. So you're saying that even though the bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove the bridge was broken during the incident. Yeah, that's ridiculous. He's gonna say that this does not prove our client's not the killer. Pretty much saying that, honestly. You can't tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. Apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. This fucking guy, dude. That guy's good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. The diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward. Well, monsieur, seems to be once again made a reckless accusation. I'm sorry, I should have been more careful myself. No, it wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that witness actually saw. Indeed. Sorry, young lady. I ask you to please proceed with your testimony. But it's so hard to go on. We're on your side, Miss Foster. What? There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Freaks. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. Plus, that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. I'm sorry. Let's talk about what I saw. Now hold on. Now hold on there. Isn't this the river that's famous for drifting bodies at such a high speed that people can't find the bodies? Wouldn't it have been simpler to just push her off? Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm so shaken up. Accepts this testimony as it is. We're finished. Don't say that. Oh well. Maybe I'll stop at my favorite cafe on the way home. I make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. That's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Faye. For cross-examination, if you please. The conscious concern you're in the face, Mia. On the attack. She's a freak, dude. I know your name is Dahlia. I've seen you twice. You saying that the girl victim didn't fall down the bridge? Actually, maybe she did. Of course she didn't fall down the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude. Well, young lady. Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. For one step too slow. And then, what did the victim do after that? You personally witnessed that? Yes. The kneeling change happened when he did that. Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off. Now hold on. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, the scarf. The words mentioned what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember how they were on a narrow bridge was really collapsed. Is it even possible for him to carry the dead body on the bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow. But I get all emotional all of a sudden. Miss Faye, if you think of some other possibility, please share it with us. Why did you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more than hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous amongst hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple in the Channeling Dojo there. Oh god. We're close to the Curran village. You know those monks, they just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting she's witnessed her own eyes. And you were absolutely certain it was my client who was carrying the body. Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face... So you're saying you didn't get a clue look at his face? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was the only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent. Remarkably honest young woman. Something about this testimony is bothering me. But what? Is it the fact that there's... You know... Hey, have you ever just put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? Why not? Huh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. You try me. Present something and nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. Those two don't go with salt after all. So you have done it before. So, my thing is, right? They mentioned 5 years ago, the river dragged a victim. Couldn't find it. Oh, okay, I'm correct. The killer not wanting the victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly off. There was a much easier way after the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. I believe Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, each river is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall are never recovered. Ah. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murderers were occurred at the same spot above the evil river, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in that river. Order. I'm not sure I cared whether you put that, Miss Faye, but I must admit it does seem odd to not have thrown the body into the river. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth? Ah, how sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be an expert in the ways of nature. You're the one who said it. What are you talking about? My point is, no matter how odd you find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is, this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, seems like your assertion is without any merit at all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. It's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you do is trust yourself. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who is he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best. We're still doing this. And it's gone now, okay. Yeah, okay. Let's do a little recap. He broke into the trunk is a new one. What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. So that's when you call the police. Surely you saw all that with your own eyes. Yes, I'm 100% certain. Why do you say that? I'm trying to looking down a mountain. So it has to do with this one right here. He did break into it. That is true. It doesn't look too bad. Okay, I'd hold it. Okay. Call the police. Hmm. Wouldn't she struggle? I feel like if you were stabbed, you would at least attempt to struggle. What? Add salt? Is that his way of saying just go along with it? So she runs, gets stabbed in the back, and then he runs all the way back on this wet, rickety bridge. Okay, so I'm wrong there. Killers back and stole the body in there. I mean, I can see the giant fucking break right there. This is interesting. Sure, why not? Yeah. I'm only thinking Hampton. How big a deal is the scarf? The scarf isn't that important, just because we've already discussed the scarf earlier. As far as I'm concerned, it could be more important, but she's missing a hat too, actually. Hold on. Wait a minute, she's missing a hat. Well, Miss Foster, looks like you've done it this time. Huh? Done what? You made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Fair? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your own eyes. That's also fair. Ooh, that's also fair, because she said right here that, oh, my mouse here. She said that she was right here. There's no way she could have saw that, because she's right here. There's a wall here. That doesn't make sense at all. You're saying that you saw that, right, with your own eyes? Yes, and it's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from is here. You see what I mean? Even if you try to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Ah, that's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could have not possibly seen the killer's car. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it stopped him from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location the photo's taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping is being referred to as really more like a cliff. Ah. You should have been completely cut off by this cliff. You see, you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. So, the hat's just not being brought up at all. There's no hat. That's crazy. I guess I'm just right answer, wrong response. Funny enough. Still couldn't see the killer's car. I'm a little slow. But order. What is doing all this ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled as a stolen car is reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only when she saw it with her own eyes. Oh. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Except me, I'm perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive is divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to my arm witness here. What? That's not fit. Kangaroo court? Shit, bro. Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Almondo, don't look back until the trial is over. Now's the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten, you need to relax. And you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. Yeah, so tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Aha. Well, Miss Foster, so you can explain how you knew that. You're going to allow Wright to speak from inside the courtroom. Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there was marks left in the trunk lid. Yeah? I'm certain they were scratch marks when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. I mean, yeah, it's there. It's true. He certainly looked like scratch marks around the keyhole. So obviously this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? She's not on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. She just said, is there a contradiction in this somewhere? It doesn't make sense because how would you seen it? You can't see it. Melissa Foster, looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said that you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally, I finally got her. Huh. Getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Perhaps it'd be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason Linus had seen the scratches was... You're not the owner of the car, you would have said so by now. Passing by doesn't make sense in this sense. You put it in. There's only one way that Linus had chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and saw the corpse in there herself. The person who really hit the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you who did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. Miss Fowles had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk. He would have simply used the car key. Just nearly break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Which means the key should have been still in the ignition. Oh, I see. Makes sense. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we would never uncover the truth. That could have been Miss Foster with the body in the trunk. Preposterous. They didn't suggest that the windows in the body put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photos she took? The corpse could have only been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. You know that at the time, she was taking photographs. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not too certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think about too deeply about it. What I'm saying is, the shutter for this may have not been pushed by Miss Foster herself. The camera does have a timer function. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field and she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Will the defense please explain further? Listen, this is the crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make it clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer the question. What was Melissa Foster's English occurred? The reality is... So I'm gonna... If we're just gonna assume that this is still broken, and she saw the scratches, she put it in herself. And... Oh, I can't look at it. So... The camera matches this right here. But... There's no way the victim was stabbed in the back. If that's the case. The only incident is right here. Actually, it was right here. But that's where the victim is helping was standing. Order. Miss Faye, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant had met the victim. How asinine. Of course Miss Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to put that victim in the trunk is the same man who killed her, Trey Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the woman's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, her hair goes into it, yeah, but like... And then there's a scarf. I mean, you could argue that that's true, yeah. The person in the photo was not Dahlia Hawthorne. What? I've never heard of anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman in Miss Falls met on the bridge was not Dahlia Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Miss Falls himself believed the woman in front of him was Dahlia Hawthorne. Because of the scar. We've already established he wouldn't recognize her without the scar. Ooh. But the defendant knew Dahlia Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client had spent 5 hard years in the federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. Just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow the case wide open. At the time of the incident, Miss Falls had forgotten what the looked like. Miss Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Miss Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Dahlia Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say about that, Miss Foster? Yeah, there she goes. Oh. Did she just collapse on the floor? I'm just saying, if someone gets called out by a lawyer and your first response is to scream no, something's wrong. Where's Miss Foster? She's placing herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Miss Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't it obvious? She's the real culprit. Huh. Well, we have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we get started again. So then, this court is in recess. Defense and the prosecution will have to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well. This court is in recess. Look at him. Look at him. Just fall aside. Ugh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks. We're almost there. What's the privilege you committed the crime? Yeah. Just one more bug else I've got to get past. Obstacle? Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policeman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Information, right. What we need most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is she's a student studying literature. One more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on the death row for. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. Oh, give me a second. I am... Okay, back. Mr. Fallis, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Okay, I trust you. That day 5 years ago, I dream of it. Every day. This picture, it reminds me of everything. It's the same, just like then 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute. So it's been broken like this for at least 5 years. Huh. Sorry, buddy. But you seem like that. You seem like the one that could fall apart any minute. It's true. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. There it is. Dahlia Hawthorne. Your girlfriend? Huh? Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne? The victim's last name. Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister. What? You serious? The girl... Let her go. Shut up. Come closer. And I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. Hey, let me see something real quick. First of all, we know that's her. So, 19-year-old girl, 25-year-old man. 5 years ago, 14-year-old girl, 20-year-old man. You know, it gets to a point. First, I thought shooting someone for kidnapping was a crossing the line, but just protect her little sister. I can understand why she did it. Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betray us. It's kind of messed up. Yeah. What do you mean betrayed you? Everything, all lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping too. Make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend. My love. My teenager. I'm not too... did he actually say my teen angel? She wanted to make soap operas. I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by... Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too. Valerie was in on it? Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We sent her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him to make a change on Death Sea Bridge. We tell him Valerie to make a picture because she knew a detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright? In the end, you were planning on splitting the $2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman... That woman, Valerie, she do it for real. She shoot at me for real. Me and Dahlia. I was shot in the arm. Dahlia, she jumped in river. Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? Didn't do it. I never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over. And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence. Couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. That man, Harry Fellas, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. I mean, honestly, a 40-foot dive into a roaring river, it is kind of hard to survive that kind of thing. These 5 years, all I wonder is why? 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 Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forget what she looked like. So I told her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why should she lie? Why did you betray me? I want to hear her answer from her mouth. That's all. So that's why. Oh, you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Paulus. Where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kid. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? I don't know. Huh? You don't know? No, really, I don't know. It's gone. Where's Dahlia? Where's Dahlia? That day, on the bridge. Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone, with Dahlia. Gone forever. Into Eagle River. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're about to ready to go. Mr. Fowler, just one more question. When you said with the Dahlia, do you mean that Dahlia was still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Never found her, my sweet Dahlia. I never found her. Unfortunately, I remember chapter 1. I know who Dahlia is. I never found her. Swallowed by river, gone. Dahlia, my teen angel. Your teen angel. How old is she anyways? Just 14. 14? Is she robbing cradles for diamonds? She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth $2 million. Oh man. Angels these days. Paulus takes the fall. Falls takes the fall. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And it's a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel, or is she really a... It's time, kitten. Looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. You bet. The training wheels come off now, Dina. You gotta strike while the iron's hot. That's one of my rules. Remember that. Also remember my 117 coffees. 107 coffees, actually. Now then, let's continue with the trial of Miss Terry Paulus. Witness, you feeling better? Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best. You're a brave young lady. Not this again. I can understand the defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed the violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? Certainly imagine the woman is a murderer. Primitive, huh? I think that's what I have to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive? Or yes, of course. I think. You're still acting as tame as a kitten. Mr. Almondo, listen. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Ooh, so you're the one who gave that to her. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted and nuts is the mark of a pro. Maybe so. I wish you'd quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me, may I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course. Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why. I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I see. You're such an honest, unselling young lady. Looks like this witness is a weird professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Some things are darkest for her. Click. She lights right up. Very well then. Let's hear what the witness has to say. I was out of the country until the year before last. So I entered college. I'd never been to Eagle Mountain before. I certainly don't have any reason to want to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing an officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. She is evil, man. Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're at the bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put your best smile. You bet. Somehow I get tired of this case. Surprisingly, I'm never being penalized for... I'm not penalized for anything I said to her. Country are you living in, then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed. It was a brutal civil war. I tried to make my way back to Ilum alone. I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of soft story is this? I do. Yeah, press harder. Hello? Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in? Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she's in, and how many languages she may have speak are relevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether the witness is any question in this case. I looked at brought evidence as a little girl. Why I could never have known Mr. Falls for just a popcorn. Yes. We've established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what we've just to the fish testimony? Yes, please, Mr. Judge. Alright, this is the same thing, okay. You didn't know either person. Are you certain of that? Yes. I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people. Oh well, that can't be helped. Why is he disagreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth? First time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct? Yes. I believe it was a coincidence. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain, anyway? I just love being outdoors. Picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing. You don't look like much of a hiker to me. You look like a digger of sorts. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive here and no train runs you there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to go to. Well, I went there once with a college hiking club. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. Didn't know you were so goth. By the way, what's the name of your college? The prosecution objects to any questioning that involved the witness's private life. All that matters is that she's a material witness to the crime. Witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent. Thank you, she's really gone too far. Miss Faye. Been on thin ice here. I hardly said anything. Talk about sensitive. Perhaps, but your behavior that day is very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's... Shut up, Edgeworth! Unfortunately, Miss Faye, your last statement proves nothing. Oh, really? And why is that? The witness came to the police station once to find the suspect. It's entirely possible that, at the time, the officer showed her this photo. It seems like a rather serious mistake. Huh. That's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book. That's not fair. That wicked inmate, I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death. Yes, and that's precisely why he harbors such a deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt. My client has always maintained that he was innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot about the poor policeman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client, he forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. This fellow's kind of forgetful. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What do you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf and some identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me. That's true. Clearly a bitter man. Now... why do you know about that? Your Honor, what the witness said just now is tremendously important. I'd like to add it to the official testimony. Prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and mentally unbalanced one at that. Testimony helps to prove the point. That's not what I... Enough. Witness, if you would. My pleasure, Mr. Gedge. What do you mean by lucky? Well, it's February now. Everyone's wearing scarves. If I had accidentally worn a white scarf like he said, then you would have been killed. That would have been a terrible loss for the world. Looks like you pressed too hard this time, kitten. Charmando. Keep looking around you, might lose sight of the fishing line. Justice is blind, but she's not deaf. Sometimes you have to know when not to talk. Now, I feel like that matters, actually. You knew about that incident, but weren't you out in the country until just the year before last? Well, I saw a report about this kid convict on the news. They had an in-depth report about his whole history. You're still living abroad 5 years ago, I said, right? Yes. Don't let her get away with these lies. Listen to me. She's neck deep in this whole thing. Somehow, you're just going to have to get her to show the court her true self. One of these statements is wrong. You know too much. Grudge. Crucial. Anger. Forgot. Yeah. He forgot what he looks like. You forgot what he looks like. It's this. You shouldn't know that. It's true. Miss Falls did give instructions to Valerie Hawthorne about her meeting. I know that Sheila said, wear a white scarf for identification. Yes, what about it? Isn't it obvious? Doesn't it strike you as odd? And that was a secret piece of evidence. How is it that the witness knows about it? Order. It is odd. Isn't it? Mr. Edgeworth? Did you show how to get evidence to the witness? Your Honor, certainly never gave anyone the permission to do such a thing. In that case, the only way the witness could know about the white would be... Just a moment. Of course I didn't know about the note. I saw it when it happened. With my own eyes. There's no way we're letting her get away with this. It doesn't make sense. When the victim went to see the killer, she used her own scarf to signal him. That's why I assumed the signal was the white scarf. But it's blue! Come on, Mia. You can't let her use that out easily. Witness. Sorry, but your explanation isn't going to work here. But why? Shoot, I saw. Impossible. There's no way you could have seen the victim use a white scarf to signal him. Because it's blue! You said you several times in your testimony. The victim was wearing a scarf. A white scarf, correct? Yes. Something wrong? That's what I'd like to know, Miss Foster. Have a look at this. It's the victim's scarf. Ah, I'm sure people would disagree about what to call this color. However, it certainly is not white. You knew what the note said. She knew the contents of the note. No! It says wear a white scarf for identification. That's the reason why you said it was white. Well, Miss Foster? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one. The person who wrote the note, Valley Hawthorne, is another. And then finally, one more person. Did you say one more person? That's right. A person no one was suspected. We figured it out, kitten? Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was Dahlia Hawthorne. And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne. I've never heard that name before. Look at this victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. But what's this? So who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne? Miss Faye must be desperate. She's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes. She was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls. You said she was killed. But was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off the Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she'd be 90 now. Melissa Foster? I believe that's the same age as you are. Huh. Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying... But I am. That's precisely what I am saying. This witness before us, and the girl in the kidnapping... This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl's in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Huh. Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a Dahlia fire. Let's tie all the loose ends together. You're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist. I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now's my chance to make her squirm. Witness, who are you anyway? I didn't think it would come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Yes, I understand. But what? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue this matter this far. You don't mean... Yes. The prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all our witnesses. What did he say? Huh. Looks like the kid knew. He knew we were trying from the get-go. No way, but then why? If he hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh god, there's that theme again. But she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well. But, well, as you can see. Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? It has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role as a victim. Now we find her acting suspiciously as another murder. Really, Miss Faye? I will say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane. Should she even murder her? What? I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence back of your assertion? What possibility would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around to me. Huh. I think you need a little push in the right direction, Miss Kitten. The defense is prepared to support evidence supporting our claim. This coffee-loving fuck. That wasn't me, it was this guy. Crazy coffee addict. I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Huh. Makes you think they're empty, boy. Because your protege looks like he's sweating bullets. I am sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course, aren't I? No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me? The rashness of youth. How charming. It's coming from someone younger than me. Now then, let's not waste any more time. Miss Faye, what motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Dahlia Hawthorne? Money! What is this? Is this the defense's idea of a joke? If so, I don't really get the punchline. Miss Faye? Oh, it's not? I'm gonna see it again in 5 years. I got a reason for that. Must involve Dahlia Hawthorne. If it's not the diamond, the truth. It's the truth. Right here. Tell Dahlia the truth. I jumped the gun a little. Okay. I just got a thing 20 minutes ago to do. Well, while the ad break's going off, I'll be right back. I am back. Still got a minute, 21 seconds to go. Trial's crazy. Ads are over. Welcome back. It is now time to victims note this evidence. The story starts after Tilly Falls escape. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Dahlia Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. Told her she was going to reveal the world the truth. The whole truth. There must be a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently. Terrific story, Miss Faye. You like fiction, that is. Don't lay in the court, Miss Faye. What was the secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Oh yes, I know the secret. Your Honor. The defense would like to request further testimony. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, I believe I explained a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Maple? Why is everyone a freak when it comes to Dahlia, bro? Going on the old charm one more time, Dahlia. This will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles. "5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the ridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money, so I decided to change my identity and start a new life. Kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. In order to believe her after that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor? As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized for kidnapping. I ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination. Sister got me to jump on me again. Huh. We're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We still got that info. That ace up our sleeve. What info? Come on, kid. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us in the lobby. Anything she says, anything Dahlia says. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, me and Dahlia, and Valerie too. Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. Did you and Mr. Falls have a relationship? Yes, as a tutor. You were tutoring him, Mr. Falls. No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Miss Falls came to the house and tutored me. That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. He probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. Hawthorns are in the jewelry trade and quite wealthy, you see. Quite the clever fellow, that Mr. Falls. Did I hear right? Did you say Mr. Falls a clever fellow? I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million. $2 million? It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk. $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about that. The defendant demanded that her sister, Valerie, make the exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there in the mountain? If he ever got surrendered, it'd be hard to escape. There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it'd be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one train to reach the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Falls is. Yeah, right. It was all your plan. Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain, and... That was a dangerous thing to do, considering you were being held hostage. Yes, but actually, that saved my life. What do you mean? You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow, I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. I'd like to hear more about what happened at that moment. While Mr. Falls was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try to run away, but Mr. Falls turned to grab me as well. I ran past and he locked eyes a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin. Bloodthirsty grin? Ooh. And in the next instant, we... I advised the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I was strong a swimmer, I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run, and just one little shove from behind. Crumbling bridge, you say? Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. And that's why you hid your identity. Yes. I only told my sister. Dahlia Hawthorne, eh? Yes, she's the only one who knew about me. Meanwhile, legally, this one has been deceased for 5 years. I didn't ever want something like that happen to me again. And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right? Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of. That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all the paperwork would have been impossible. She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I killed her? There's no way I could. Moment of truth is witness too. Once the truth of the state trooping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. But it proves the cleanup was a hoax. Now, where's the diamond? I'm wrong. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm wrong. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm wrong. I'm dead. Okay. Hostage, saved my life, holding a knife. He just knew he's gonna kill you. Okay, it's not it. That's another death. A relationship, tutor. Clever isn't right though, because we already know that he's not, he can't remember shit. That's twice now I fucked up. Shoving me from behind. Wait a minute. If you're being held a ransom, I mean, I guess like to hear a moment. Shot in the right arm, let go of me. There's railings. Yeah. Wait a second. There's railings. Pushed off? A railing would catch you. You would have to get pushed really hard to get forked over. No. Because there are railings. It's 3? You're kidding me? There are railings. It has to be the railings. Like, it's even shown on the... I knew it. You said that Miss Wallace pushed into the Eagle River. Oh, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. Certain of it. It was Mr. Wallace. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said it's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible. Impossible? I asked the court to recall the condition of the Dusky Bridge. Now and 5 years ago. The bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. Almost certain death. You can't be pushed if that's the case. You mentioned Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. Because there's only one direction you could have went if that was the case. Either it's death or water. And you can't, or the railing. I'm still on this railing part. Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change to the river level wouldn't have made a difference. That's true. You would have still died on impact. You're right. If the events occurred wasn't specified, the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness from the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? You see, Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant was pushed into the river. However, she never said she fell from the back end of the bridge. What? What do you mean? Being shot in the arm, it's implausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have only pushed her off the side of the bridge. There are railings! No! There are railings! If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Miss Edgeworth's conclusion correct? Now that you mention it, I do remember now, when I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught in one of the bridge side wires. You can't be serious. Order. Seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion. Not now, Mia. The student's on retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault. But what? I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edward. After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Miss Wallace panicked. Therefore, he could have pushed her only off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible. Ridiculous. What's impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. Look at the fucking railings! Your Honor, all the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires running both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It'd be impossible to push one off from there. But what's on the other side of the ship of the defendant? Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He'd have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over. So young, and so already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. His fellows have been shot in the right arm. Oh. And more importantly, Dahlia Hawthorne had her gun trained on him, at point-blank range. Ugh. So, Mr. Falls, throwing Linus off the bridge? That's clearly impossible. What order? What is the meaning of this? Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What? What is this? Now that I'm doing this. 1, 2. 2. There we go. I failed 3 times in a row getting to this part. Let's go ahead and add that to the record that I fucked up 3 times. Indeed. What do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had a gun and handcuffs. Could have saved me. Going into a raging move like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident you could handle the swift current, but even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason to jump in the risen. Oh, then what was it? It was so important that you wanted to jump in the river. The witness is still alive. This fucked alone swings everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. The diamond. Finally, the diamond comes into play. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought to the mountain with her. The $2 million diamond. Ah, no. It can't be. Yes. Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Follows to help her fake connect the cave in. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. Ooh, there's the evil face. Oh, that's simply ridiculous. There's the evil Hawthorne. Order. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old kid was such a demonic plan? This woman is a demon. And there is one more person who helped make the demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure that weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Follows, Valerie called her sister Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do. She's going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Come on, show me the demon. Show me the demon. Who is that? Left me in a time like this. There she is. Forgive me. It's just hilarious. Witness? But you? You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally. You have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that plans I kidnapped the kidnapping, of course. At 14, I plotted it with Mr. Falls, my sister. Well, And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? You can't provide evidence at least to show that. Well, Miss Faye? I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Faye, are you stupid or something? Can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have a decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems we've come to an end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, of course, I reject the assertions made by the defense. Of course you are. Is this it? Is this really over? The girl's made a fool of me and I nothing to do about it. Huh. Without evidence, the trial is over. Who decided that? Mr. Armando. Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony. On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valley Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Miss Fall's stolen car and went to get them. Disguised as her sister, Valley Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valley Hawthorne's murder. Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who's this one person who can testify to that demon's crimes? You! Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls. The defendant? There's only one person that can shed further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say that the person was Valley Hawthorne. Or whether it was in fact her sister Dahlia, disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Falls. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring in the defendant to witness stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it, no way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Dahlia betrayed me. Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Falls, there's the one question I want answer to. 2 days ago on Dusty Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valley Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised, never ever betray each other. Terry? Dahlia, it's true. You are alive. You don't trust me anymore. That makes me sad. Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you. You shouldn't need to say it, you should already know. But there's one thing I will say. My life is in your hand right now, Terry. Dahlia. I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness? God! I'm sorry, I apologize. Water, please, water. Can't talk. I need water. Oh well. Guess I'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself. Whoa. Why is he biting that ball and chain? That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody in the car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie. Oh, my Dahlia. Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you? That's enough, Miss Fair. Her last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Faye, please receive your cross-examination. So you want to end, Mr. Falls? And if I get to verdict to go for your death sentence? There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think. I only have one shot at this. According to the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you? It was raining. Already dark, too. You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes. Mr. Falls? Eagle Mountain. That spot. Strong memories. Why did he just climb up? Could it be he's hiding something here? You were quite early, so you waited on the bridge, correct? Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it. Sure is. Super Wait. He waited? That's That's not true. You didn't wait on the... Like, no. If you waited on the bridge, you would be in that position. No. That's wrong. I'm sure he is. He waited 5 years to ask a question. Found out what woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been like a blink of the eye. You didn't wait on that bridge. You're a liar. You were watching the car. That bridge. The other side is broken. No one can come from there. So I was watching the car. What else were you expecting him to do? It's the opposite thing there, but something is bothering me. A contradiction. You mentioned the other side of the broken bridge anyway. No one lives there. There's a small shrine up the mountain, that's why there. Anyway, nobody came. No car, no nothing. Mr. Falls, think carefully now. Are you certain that was Valley Hawthorne? I never lie. It's the truth. It was Valerie. Remember her face. Wait a minute. Remember her face? And why did you make her wear a scarf as identification? Oh, sorry. I told a little lie. But, the woman I met, she was different from the woman sitting here now. She was different. It was Valerie. What did you talk to her about anyway? Mr. Falls. Valerie told the truth about kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take the blame for it. That was the lucky thing to do. She said that. That is why she lied. Got me the death penalty. And you were satisfied with the answer, witness? Dahlia died. It was my fault. But I don't really remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did push her in. I don't remember no more. Either way, Dahlia, my sweet teen angel, dead. But you just saw that she isn't dead. After Valerie talked to me on bridge. Nothing left to live for. How can you be so sure? It was raining on the time. It was sunset that day at 5 o'clock. It had already been pretty dark on the mountain at 4:30. Please, Mr. Falls, this is your last chance. You've already taken the fall for something once you didn't do. That woman. It wasn't Dahlia. Stop right there. What more needs to be said? Even if it means the death penalty, even if it means taking the blame for the murder. You'll still do whatever is necessary to protect her, won't you, Mr. Falls? I know it's obvious, but he's clearly lying. He's been cursed by Dahlia Hawthorne. He'll probably go for his grave and still believing in her. Mr. Falls. Even if you show he's lying, poor guy will still be cursed. You'll still have to point out the contradiction anyway. That's the curse of being the defense lawyer, I guess. You didn't wait on that bridge! So when you got to the bridge, no one arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that? Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. Sure that you're lying. Huh? Oh, what? Oh, I'd love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Fair. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, correct? That's the victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Falls, please don't get worked up. We just want the truth. I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go, a special place. Did you go to that special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love. A memento? 5 years ago, I hid it under the base of a tree there. You're fucking with me! You're fucking with me! This special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get. So the bottle on the necklace is your memento. Quite charming. But it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He entered the scene at 4 o'clock. But he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. That much time, Dahlia Hoffman could have been easily hidden in the body of the trunk of his car. No. Indeed. I think it was time for it. So got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Mr. Falls? What? That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her 5 years ago, if it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we supposed to drink bottle. No! Stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess! I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this. And we were so close. Just a little more. I was gonna prove your innocence. No. Don't want that. Don't trust so. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again. Mr. Falls! Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee. Brother! Mr. Falls! What? No! And so my first trial ended, suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. Terry fell, yeah. It ended with a wound so deep it cut into my soul and I thought I'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for his young prosecutor as well. Near to the case in case 1. First time I played in court was a year ago. Trial traumas me so badly in the courtroom. This is why she freaked out in the Phoenix in the bottle, and how Edgeworth technically didn't lose here undefeated until 1-2. It makes sense, but oh god. Dahlia's a fucking menace. She was there for the same prosecutor as well. But one person. The true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne. She left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. At least we got rid of her in 1-1 in fucking... At least we got rid of her in the trial 1 in this game. Unforgivable, that witch. Mr. Armando, you were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. My fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Okay, kitten. You're gonna make me coffee all salty. I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Nia. Oh, there's his theme. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. What? The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. You're bleeding. Mr. Armando. No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. And 1 year later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. So, how did she get the vial in the first place? It's finally all over. At least that's what I thought at the time. Fortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this. bridge to Turnabout. Are we bringing this fuck ass bridge again for the third time in a row? Alrighty then. That is a entire much shorter case done. So I'm going to be ending stream, handing this off to. I can't get it to this person because they have raids blocked, which is unfortunate. But I will be raiding off into somebody. The CS119. Tomorrow I will be playing more Phoenix Wright. We will be doing this new trial that we just got into. And the other days after that I'll be playing Mega Man. But as of course, that'll be the end for now. I do hope that everyone here has enjoyed the stream and everything else involved in the matter. I hope to see you tomorrow. I hope you have a good day, good night, and see you next time.